Alright, this is what I have for the week 6 project. The first thing is, so here's the server. But the first thing that we added were the the two next tables. So on this one, here on the left, you can see daily logs we added and goals. Two new tables in our fitness tracker site, and then we'll look at the code first. Oops. So here's our server file. It's relatively the same. There's a few additions like the adding the passport and the session for the OAuth. But mostly we're gonna start with looking at this index. It now takes us to the goals are out, the daily logs are out, and the auth. So in the auth we have a login and a log out to make sure that somebody that wants to make changes has to be logged in. And then the daily log is going to be similar to the other ones that we have before. It's just taking us to the controllers. This is new. We added the is authenticated and the require body middleware, which we'll look at in a minute. But then the next thing we have is the controllers for the daily log and the goal. Again, they're going to be relatively similar, but they'll use these schemas that we made for each of those collections, as well as the models that we made. And then we also added this middleware, like I was saying before, some extra error handling and validation middleware, to make sure that the data being entered is what is expected and needed. And then the authenticate is to make sure that somebody's logged in to be able to delete something or update something. And if not, they'll get this response: you don't have access. And that's coming from here, this passport. We're using passport to basically log a user in. And then we also implemented, we have all these REST files too that are just for testing to make sure that everything works. So you can see that these are all gonna work basically. But anyways, we're gonna look now. We also added in test. We also added in tests here. So one for the food routes, for the daily log routes, for the goal routes, and specifically for the get routes. But we're gonna stop this real quick. It's localhost running, and we'll run those tests, npm tests, to make sure that all of our get routes should be working. Alright, as you can see, all of those tests pass. They should all be working. And then here's our render. Everything's deployed, so we're going to copy the link, open it here, and then go to the API documentation. We'll just test, let's see, we'll test goals since it's a new one from last week, but here we can see that you can get all the goals here. We'll take one of these. We'll just try to delete it because we shouldn't be able to since we're not logged in. Alright. Oh, I took the wrong ID. That's my bad. But if we take an ID from one of these goals, look at this last one, and then we go down and try to delete it. So let's see, try it out. Try this again. Execute. Goal deleted successfully. And you can even see that before, when I put in the wrong ID, it came back with an error that goal wasn't found. So that's another error. But anyways, so then we want to log in, and right now how that is go to the auth login route, And now we're gonna try it again. So let's see, goals. We'll just go through creating a whole new goal. So if we go to this goal, I don't think I want this. This right now. Well, just pay attention to this one. We'll put 3,000 so that we can see that it's new. And when I execute, oh, that's my bad. It's got to be correct. Okay, so when I execute that, it should create a new goal. You can see 3,000 here. We're going to take this ID to use it again. When we go back up and get all the goals, scroll down to the bottom, you can see 3,000. So it was created. And then let's see if we update it. And we'll just change it now to 4,000. Okay, I don't think this is. All right, so here we get a 200. It worked. And then we can delete it as well. Try it. Here's the ID. Execute. We'll delete it successfully. I'll go back up and get it. It should be deleted as well. Anyways, this should work for all of them now that we're logged in. For creating or whatever. So like for this foods, if we get all the foods, if we add one, we'll just try it out one more time just to show that it works. So it looks like it was added. And then we get them all. Or we'll just try to get with an ID. Put in that ID. You can see that it worked. It was added. So we'll delete that as well. Food deleted successfully. And then we'll try now logging out. And then we'll go back to the API docs. And if we take, let's see, we'll go to a user on this one. If we look at all the users, and we'll take this last one. But if we take this ID, we try to delete it. You don't have access, so the logout also works.